Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. In this video, we're going to talk about Donald Trump being the president of the United States once again. And what does this means for Mr. Sean Diddy Combs, knowing that they're buddies. In case you're not aware, yes, Donald Trump and Diddy, they're really good friends. And Donald Trump has been proud to have Sean Diddy Combs as his bestie for the past couple of years. No, we don't know if Sean Diddy Combs' indictment has changed that for Donald Trump. But the question is, will we see Diddy getting any help from Trump? We're going to talk about that also. I know that this time is a very challenging time for a lot of people, a lot of migrants, a lot of women, especially to those women in states where abortion is not legal. I understand the importance of women getting an abortion. Yes, if you're having a miscarriage, that is also an abortion. Your body is naturally aborting the pregnancy. And even in cases where your body is aborting the pregnancy, some states restricts doctors from getting involved in that abortion process. And I think that that is barbaric in itself. Honestly, it is. No, also, this is a challenge for women to choose better with their lives. Choose better men to be with. You have to choose responsible men to be in your life. In the event that you should get pregnant, an abortion should not be your first option. No, in the case of, women having miscarriages, or in the case of, victims being assaulted and they really need to get an abortion, I would say to you, for the women, especially in their childbearing ages, I would say to you guys, look into your options really quick. Have a plan B, have a plan A in place, and always remember that, depending on where you are, Canada is a stone throw away. So is the Caribbean, okay? There are amazing medical facilities in Jamaica. Some people will say it's not true, but there are. Some people really just don't have the money to afford such luxury, but there are amazing medical facilities in Jamaica. I can, testify to that myself, having Graves' disease, and my endocrinologist just missed one bit of information. She saw it and she was like, oh, it's not that serious. You're going to be fine. Just do a blood test. We want to see where your thyroid levels are, because it seems as though you've switched from hyper back to hyper. And I said, yes, because I was feeling hyper. And she was like, oh, you'll make it in the next visit. No, I did not. The fuck I did not. I'm so mad at her because she knows better. Yes, I almost lost my life. I literally almost lost my life to thyroid disease after spending so much money. I'm seeing like 101 specialists, okay? 101. And I kid you not. It costs money. It costs a lot of money, okay? If it wasn't for my grave disease problem, I'd be one of the wealthiest women on this piece of rock. I kid you not. $100,000 monthly, that's small change for me to spend on my health care. 100,000 Jamaican dollars. I've done it once, twice, so many times. I've spent $500,000 in 1 month on my health. It's no joke. Having grave disease is no joke. So I understand. Saying that, I'm saying I understand the importance of having, decent and proper healthcare available to you. I understand the importance of having a medical emergency and being able to get the assistance you need. I understand that so many women have since then lost their lives because of the Roe v. versus Wade. And as such, I want to encourage you women, once you're in your childbearing ages, please have a plan A and have a plan B, and ensure that your plan A and your plan B is getting to a emergency medical facility. The witch doctor, the bush doctor is not going to cut it, because that is dangerous. Do not play with your lives like that, okay? No, as I was saying, you guys know that Sean Diddy Combs is behind bars. He's there for sex trafficking, human trafficking, racketeering charges, coercion to pervert the course of justice, and more charges will be added on later on. No. Following the political debate and the political campaign, and, many people have been calling out the celebrities for showing up at the Kamala Harris rally. Many people believe that these celebrities were, intimidated to do what they did. But even if that's the case, I'm going to say people are going to stand up for both sides. We saw people, representing Trump, and most of the people that represented Donald Trump, they were journalists, comedians, actors and actresses. And the people who supported Kamala Harris, they were just people from the entertainment industry, singers and, hip-hop artists. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if we're not going to point fingers at the people, the journalists that spoke at a Trump rally, should we say that they were bullied and intimidated like the entertainment artists? Yeah, we have to say that, because the mere fact that that is a tactic, it means that that it was used on these journalists, because I don't see why it is okay for one side to be represented and the other not. I think that's total BS, right? So to see, Elon Musk coming out to bully Cardi B, to bully Jennifer Lopez, I think that is extremely disrespectful. But I really don't expect better from these business giants, because if you know the plan coming forward, you will know that these big business giants are the ones to benefit the most from Donald Trump winning. And what I mean by that, they're going to get the biggest tax breaks. Yes, I've seen Trump's debate where he said that they're going to take. So social security benefits will see a tax break. Yes, I know some of what is going on, and I know some of what he has promised, but I know that a lot of people are scared because especially in the case where he said that he's going to ensure that the police force has complete autonomy. Many people are scared of that because already there's so many black people who knows that once they get pulled over by the police, their lives are already in jeopardy. But Donald Trump says that his intention is just to send a message to the bad guys. If police are strong in one case, then the message will get across. Well, also, he has to be cognizant of the fact that not every officer is a law-abiding officer. Many of these people are racist, and I'm talking about racism on both sides. There are some officers that don't like black people, and we know that there are some who really don't like white people equally. So I think that is a very problematic situation to put out there. And I do believe that, the security team, they should be given the autonomy to work with protection, but it doesn't give anyone the right to create massacre amongst the minority or the white community. So I believe that that is something that needs to be reviewed. No, Sean Diddy Combs, I don't think he's going to get any assistance from Donald Trump, because Donald Trump wants to be the only bad guy in town. And when I say the only bad guy in town, meaning that he calls the shots, he runs the show. So irrespective of him, always talking about his love and admiration for Sean Diddy Combs, and he loves Diddy, I think that was just Donald Trump being on his hype as per usual. However, I do believe that if Sean Diddy Combs reaches out to him, you may see that Diddy gets a fair trial as best as possible and might be released on bail. I believe that that is something that he may ensure happens to the best of his ability. But I have to say also in the interim, based on what Sloan has told us, you guys know that Sloan is pretty accurate. As I've been telling people, she did predict that Donald Trump would win the election. No, I see many people looking at Celestial because Celestial said Kamala Harris would have won the election, and many people are saying she's fake. No, she's not fake. Sloan told us that they switched the timeline. You know that these government bodies, they love to play God, and they travel to the astral realm and they play mind games with us at all times. So at that time when Prophetess Celeste had predicted that Kamala Harris would win the election, I don't think she's fake or fraud, because Sloan told us, remember, Sloan could not see the election. And then she gave us the scenario of her switching lanes while in her car. She literally switched lanes in her car. And she said, yes, she knew the timeline was switched immediately. And then she heard a voice saying, Donald Trump is going to win the election. So Prophetess Celeste is not wrong about her prediction. We have to understand how these people play with us at all times on the spiritual realm. Now, also, Another thing that Sloan Bella did predict, if you guys haven't seen those videos that I did, please go ahead and check them out. Sloan Bella said that he's gonna win, but she don't think he will rule. They're not gonna allow him to rule. So if we do see him in that seat, it means that he's being guided like a puppet on what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. And this may very well push the United States into a new era, a new change. Many people may like the change. Many people may be at peace with it, and as such, if the powerful people sees peace with it, and if it works for them, I believe that they may see Donald Trump sitting in that chair for an unprecedented amount of time. No, as it relates to, Sloan also told us that Donald Trump will be releasing the list. Many people believe that the list will not be a sincere list because Donald Trump had affiliation. Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. No, oftentimes when I use Mr., to address these people like Diddy, Jeffrey Epstein, people are like, girl, that's where you lost me. How do you call these people Mr.? That's how I was cultured. I'm a Jamaican. We were cultured to have, mannerism even to the worst. If someone is older than you, it's Miss, Mr., Aunt, etc., etc., etc. So it's not that serious. But I guess with the American culture, things are always different. So don't take when I say Mr. to anyone as any face value. Oftentimes it can also be used to ridicule and insult an individual. That's just how I was cultured. No, as I was saying, critics have been saying that Donald Trump is friends with Jeffrey Epstein. So as such, they believe that if Donald Trump releases a list, he's going to protect himself and his cohorts. And while that might be true, we don't know for a fact, because remember, we all have friends who have something shady about them that we may not even know about. I believe that the moment that Donald Trump, because it has been proven, the moment that Donald Trump found out that there was something suspicious about Jeffrey Epstein, he immediately cut ties with him. Now, does this mean I'm saying that the guy is not perverted? Because we've heard him making derogatory statements, about women, for example, grab them by the pussy. And that is not something that we want to hear coming from someone like a Donald Trump. So, even though I'm saying this, it doesn't mean that arrogant to the fact that Donald Trump himself is definitely not perfect as the people that he's about to go after. But I really don't believe that he falls in the same category as these people. I really don't. But we can always agree to disagree. But I have to say that if Sean Diddy Combs is banking on his friend to get a quick day from jail, I don't think it's going to happen, because as I've said, Donald Trump is going to try his best to be impressive. And what is it that the people are crying for the most? Protection of children, exposure of the child trafficking ring, exposure of these pedophiles. And with Donald Trump, I definitely believe 110% that a lot of people are about to leave town, and not for the reasons that they're telling you they're leaving town for. I believe these people are going to cut, because of their crimes towards women, kids, and others. And I do believe, as I've said, Donald Trump wants to be the only bad man in town. And his way of showing that he's the only Don in town is to ensure that he exert his power and authority over these criminal elements so that he can be cheered on. He loves the cheers. He loves the theatrics. We've seen it even during his presidential campaign, and he's going to do exactly what needs to be done to ensure that he gets that. That's going to soothe his ego, and he's going to want more. So prepare for a total shakedown, I believe. But I want to hear from you guys. What's your take? While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, and I know you do. Stay safe. See you guys later. Bye, guys.